Oh yeah, this is a separate video, I guess. But I totally forgot. I was also going to talk about how today I am 10,000 days old, which is it's a pretty cool occasion. I recommend you seek out these sort of milestones and find a way to remind yourself of them when they're coming up. It's kind of cool, right? Like birthdays, it's going around the sun. There's some kind of meaning to that. All of the seasons reset in between them, but with our devotion to the base 10 system, these big round numbers, I think, are actually way more hype. In terms of the fact that the main unit of your life is the day, most things that you do on some consistent basis, you do every day or every set number of days. Your kind of daily routine plays out, of course, with the number of days. So 10,000 days, that's kind of cool. I've done all this stuff 10,000 times now. And you certainly will never get to see 100,000 unless some amazing technology comes along. And you probably it's impossible to really remember anything about your 1,000th day, that being sometime in when you're 2. Yeah, you'd be 2, right? Or 3. No. 2. You'd be 2. I don't remember anything from when I was 2, at least. These are so good. Anyways, I don't really have anything to say. I don't know. It just got me thinking about, like, what I can remember. Like, what are the earliest things I can remember? As a kid, I was really big into dinosaurs and space and, like, kind of sci-fi type stuff. My dad was really into Star Trek, so I think that rubbed off on me very, very early on. And dinosaurs, I don't know what gets kids into dinosaurs, but kids love dinosaurs, and I was, like, obsessed with dinosaurs. I had a big spreadsheet. I was thinking about this today. I'm really proud of me, I guess, for having the follow through with this sort of thing, and then my mom for helping me facilitate this. But I had a big spreadsheet in some primitive version of Excel where I would record stats about every single dinosaur I knew, like when it lived, what its diet was, what its size was, etc. And I had like hundreds and hundreds of dinosaurs in there. And, like, every time I got a new dinosaur book, the thing I was, like, most excited to do was to cross-reference it with my dinosaur database to see, like, which ones I was missing, which ones were new to me. So I don't know. I think I had, like, a very kind of collective, like, collecting things, analyzing things, comparing things. Like, I've always wanted to do that since I was a kid. And from that era, too, I remember being into these things, but, like, what I wanted most was to tell stories involving them, specifically, like, video games. Some of my earliest memories in terms of, like, things that I was thinking about would be, like, playing with my dinosaur toys or my stuffed animals or things like that, and imagining it being, like, a 3D platformer like Mario 64, which I was just absolutely obsessed with at that age. So I would have been, like, 5 or 6 or so. I remember that so well. And, like, every environment I was in, having these toys with me and imagining, like, how they would platform, where the stars would be located, where the enemies would be located, which special abilities you would have to use with each dinosaur to, like, get them to their unique objectives and stuff. So, really, as far as I can remember, I've had, like, a deep need for some sort of creative fulfillment, some sort of creative satisfaction. Just the idea of seeing ideas through from fruition to some sort of out there expression, whether it's like a fully realized product, not so much, but in just some sort of form where other people can see it and have some sort of emotional impact because of it. That's been what I wanted to do more than anything for literally as long as I can remember. And I'm 10,000 days in. It's pretty good. I feel like an adult. I feel like I'm in kind of, if not the final stage of my life, then, like, the major stage of my life, like the major plateau in terms of, like, lifestyle and potential and stuff, before the long, slow downhill of really aging. But that hasn't left me at all. I don't know. I've been talking to a lot of friends lately about an idea of like a puberty 2, where basically you hit a second stage of like development and reprioritization, and it seems like a lot of my friends are kind of hitting this point um, in our lives where we're re-examining these things and we're looking at different avenues of happiness for people and thinking about like, what do I really want to prioritize? Do I want a family? Do I want a career? Do I want a house? Do I want to travel? Do I want to have some sort of charitable impact on the world? Like, this is the sort of time where you have the means more than ever, mostly monetary, to accomplish these sort of goals, but you also don't have the time to just do anything you want willy-nilly. You actually have to start making very deliberate choices with your time, both on the micro and macro scale. It's like, I don't know, I'm feeling open to the idea of really changing what I prioritize in life, really reconsidering what's important to me. But at the same time, I'm not really sold on it. I still really feel deep down what matters to me the most is like fulfilling myself creatively in various forms, videos, writing, whatever, and then fermenting this bizarre distillation that I get from going to the extremes and the obsessive and passionate places within other art and other media and just in my own emotions and interpersonal relationships and stuff. Seeking new kind of things out. Like really, really getting into anime. Learning about the craziest things in anime. Listening to weird music. Really trying to dig deep into independent artists making like extreme, not for mainstream. Like these are the things that still really interest me more than anything else. And I really can't imagine myself like even if I eventually come to the conclusion. Sorry, this is getting like very personal and rambling and philosophical. I wasn't really sure what I was going to say. I just remembered that I was like, shoot, I was going to mention this whole 10,000 day thing, and then now I'm trying to, I don't know, come up with some sort of thesis for this video. But I don't know. It's like even if I start to think that maybe I'd be like happier or more content with a different sort of lifestyle, a different set of priorities, kind of like a more mainstream happiness, it just seems so much less interesting. It seems so much less full of potential, like creative potential. That it seems like there wouldn't be those moments of like sheer awe and almost terror that you get when you dive really, really deep into something, and like all that's with you down in that deep Mariana's Trench area of taste is like other people that are like you, that are weird, that are like otaku. Being in that place is just so much more exciting for me, so much more loaded with this kind of explosive potential. It's like I can't just turn away from it. I can't help but want to go in that direction. So, I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is Puberty 2 is cancelled. See you on YouTube. Bye.